Hey, good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. I'd be Sandy, this be my morning coffee. Yeah, no matter what. I love you. This was a mug I had made for one of my girlfriends. We called each other sister wives. We almost look like sisters, don't we? Yeah, but not in real life, just in that picture. Mm. Hey, Indy and I are trying to figure out how it is that you find me in the morning. I know Tracy's posted something, and I don't know if that gets you right to me, but Indy's here now, but I don't understand how you find me. That's what we want to know. How do you get here in the morning and end up being with me first thing in the morning? We can't figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So, this is so strange to me. I take notes like the day before about what today is, and I had a list of all the things that we're celebrating today. Interestingly, I did not have this on my list, but this is like in line with the word art this morning. Today is World Kindness Day. Yeah. Wow. I can totally get behind World Kindness Day, can't you? I mean, isn't that what I'm saying all the time? Spread it, share it, cheer it. World kindness. Mm. More about world kindness when we hit today's word art by Sandy. But in the meantime, it is also, oh, this is so gross, AFRMA Day, Arf, AFRMA Day, which stands for, get this, American Fancy Rat and Mouse Day. The whole purpose of the day is to get people to appreciate rats and mice. Thank you. I am not interested. I'm no, I am. Were you one of those kids who like loved to play with the little mice in the classroom, right? Or were you one of the people like me who wouldn't even watch when the snake ate the mouse because mice and rats are so ooh ooh ooh? Yeah. I'm not even talking about this day. No, except for those of you who are interested, this year's convention, and they have like, like they have dog shows and cat shows. They have rat shows too, where they have like standards for what your rat should look like. Seriously. And unfortunately, due to COVID, they had to cancel this year's show. But next year, in 2022, the show will be right here in Riverside, California, just a short hour's drive from my house. I will be missing the rat show. Huh. Here's how Steven does it. He goes to YouTube, he goes to subscriptions. The first ones that come up are his subscribed channels, which are live. He looks for me and he clicks. It sounds so easy. I don't know why we're having so much trouble at this end, but we are. It is also, okay, get ready. It is happy hour day. Yeah, it's happy hour day. Now, you can go out for happy hour or you can stay in for happy hour. You can have it alone, you can have it with friends. Just celebrate happy hour. Oh, and it's always happy hour somewhere. I never thought I'd get to use that line like it mattered, but it does because it is always happy hour somewhere. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Indy. Who else is here? Come on, say hi. I see the numbers, but I don't see you. Mm. Okay. It is additionally, oh, here we go. Don't you love when I solve your concerns about what to have for lunch or dinner? It's French dip day. Yeah. You got no worries today. French dip, some roast beef, really good roast beef, au jus, and thick, beautiful, crusty French bread. Good morning, Jenny. Hi. Oh, and for those of you who are not into French dip, I give you permission on French dip day. Yeah, to have a Philly cheesesteak instead. It's very close, right? It's very close. Then you get those peppers, mushrooms, onions. I know you don't want to think about it too early in the morning, but plan ahead, my friends, plan ahead. French dip or Philly cheesesteak and happy hour. Make little tiny ones and serve them like sliders and have them as hors d'oeuvres with whatever you're having for happy hour. Mm. Indy makes popcorn every day at 4 o'clock. So we have popcorn and Diet Coke every day. Well, sometimes he has Diet Root Beer. We have our happy hour that way every single day. And sometimes we go out. We went out last night. Yeah, because they were having this duo playing on the 12th floor of the casino that's not too far from us. And it's a beautiful bar, and the views from the top of this big building are gorgeous. And we were going to go have a drink, maybe a little dessert, sit and watch. Yeah, well, we got there and we were basically the only people in the place. The thing is tomorrow. It's okay. It's not that far. We got all dressed up. We felt like we had a night out. By the time we got home, we were exhausted. We went to bed. Yeah. Mm, what's going on here? Portillo's. Portillo's. He likes the beef with peppers. So just so you know, California has Portillo's. We do. For those of you who are Chicago kids, I don't think they're anywhere else, are they? Oh, they're so good. Their kosher hot dogs are like, it's like going home again for me. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's approximately halfway between me and my children. And you know, I make that trip a lot. In fact, I'm going Sunday. I might just stop on the way and have some for dinner, just in your honor, my friends. Yeah. I have coffee at your happy hour. Oh, this is my happy hour. Don't get me wrong. This right here, 6 to 7. Happy. I'm telling you, I must be a morning person. That's all there is to it. It is also International Games Day. This I can get behind too. Indy and I play games. We play chess. We play Chinese checkers. We play this other game I don't know the name of that has to do with like it. I don't know. It's a game. It's a really good game. I don't know the name of it. Cribbage. We play cribbage. I'm talking about board games and card games, okay? Today is a day. I thought it was just about games, but it's actually about libraries. And it's an opportunity for you to get to know your library. But most libraries in the US have game day, and there are games going on all day at libraries. In fact, I was reading about my alma mater, UCLA, having a big game day, and you can come in and meet people and make new friends and play all kinds of board games and scholarly versions of children's games and things like that. I don't know. I think it kind of seems like a nice idea. Oh, Pinochle. I haven't played Pinochle. I used to love Pinochle. So my husband and I, that would be husband number one, and my BFF, who was my my son's godmother, godbobby. You guys, Jeff is here all the time, and John. I mean, John is here all the time, and it was his mom and his dad. The four of us would play Pinochle because we lived in Riverside, California, in Redlands. There wasn't much to do. So we would get together a couple of nights a week and we would play Pinochle, but we'd play for money. But we didn't pay each other. We'd put the money in the pot, the pushka, we called it. We'd put the money in the pushka each night. And then by the end of like a month, because we played so much, we'd have plenty of money in there to go out and go do fun things. Once we went away for the weekend on the money we had in the pushki. Yeah, but I can't tell you about that because it was kind of unexpectedly adult. Yeah, it was very bizarre. Let's just say that the hotel we ended up in, the motel we ended up in, was not what we were expecting. No, it was not. That is not to say it was not fun. It is just to say it was not what we were expecting. Okay, let's move on. So many birthdays today. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, who women's suffrage, Princess Grace. She was the only princess to ever get an Academy Award, except I don't think she was a princess when she got the Academy Award. I think it was before. Nadia Comaneci, that cute little Russian gymnast. Yeah, she was like, she won. She had those little pony pigtails that were like this big. Do you remember her? She was so tiny and so cute. 1976, I think, and she won 3 gold medals. That was a big deal back then. She was this cute, tiny, bouncy little thing. David Schwimmer has the same name as my friend Marty. Well, his name's Marty, but it's Marty Schwimmer. Anyway, Ross on Friends. So everybody knows him from that. I don't know if he's ever done anything else. Sammy Sosa. My son used to love Sammy Sosa. He was a Major League Baseball player. He was in the 500 club. That's for home runs. Tonya Harding. I know this is going to be hard to believe, but besides being a figure skater, she was also a female boxer. She was tough. Oh, Nadia, thank you, Stephen. She not only got the first 10, which is a perfect score, Nadia Comaneci, in gymnastics, she got 7 of them that day. Yeah, that Olympics, not that day, but during those Olympics, 7 perfect 10s. Yeah. Seriously. Can you imagine what that must have felt like to get a 10 at the Olympics? Yep. Okay, also Anne Hathaway's birthday. Actress. She's a good actress. I actually liked her the best in, what was the one with Julie Andrews where she was a princess but she didn't know she was a princess? Yeah, the second, what do you call it? You know, they made like another movie about her as the princess. I didn't love that one. But the first one where she was a princess and she didn't know it, and she was just a regular schoolgirl and she had to learn to become a princess, that was cool. I like that one. Rodin. Rodin was born in 1840. Rodin was a sculptor. And he gave us The Thinker. I always liked The Thinker. I don't know why. I think it reminded me of my dad. I don't know. Rodin, The Thinker. Okay, my favorite birthday today. Some of you know that this guy is like on my top 10 list. Neil Young. Canadian. So you guys, my Canadian friends who are here, you get credit. He's Canadian. Neil Young. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Yeah, you remember him from there. Buffalo Springfield before that. Yeah, plenty of time on his own. I saw him a couple of times in person. Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Yeah. So aside from all this other cool stuff, what did I write down? Oh, Heart of Gold, one of his big songs, Heart of Gold. Aside from all this other stuff, he wrote this rock video. Sorry, rock opera. I don't know where I got rock video. Called Greendale. I've tried to just listen to it. It's not the same when you listen to it as when you actually see it on stage because it's kind of bizarre and acted out on stage. So years ago when it first came out, and unfortunately I didn't write down when it first came out, but when it first came out, he was doing it somewhere here in Southern California, and 4 of us bought tickets to go see it. We had no idea what it was, but we all liked Neil Young. We went to go see it, and we were so mesmerized by it, and we loved it so much that before we left, we stopped at the ticket booth. It was like an hour away from home. This wasn't like it was like in the neighborhood. And we bought 4 more tickets and went back the following weekend because it was so dang good. Greendale. I just love Neil Young. I can't help it. Heart of Gold. Heart of Gold. Greendale. Buffalo Springfield. Oh, I know what else I wanted to tell you about him. How cool is this? I wrote it down. I know I did. In 2008, he had a spider named after him. Come on. How many of you have spiders named after you? Huh? It's pretty cool, right? I thought so. Indy wants me to start telling jokes. He thinks I should tell jokes. I'm a pretty good joke teller. So I would like you to send me your favorite jokes by what do you call it? Message them to me. Don't put them here because I don't want everybody else to see them in advance. But send me your favorite jokes and I will do the joke of the day. It'll be fun, won't it? Don't you think? The spider was named Neil Youngiski or something like that, but at first it had all these other names before it. No, Jane Hathaway. No, 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 that's Jane Hathaway. I'm talking about Anne Hathaway. They're not related, are they? No, come on. No. I can't believe that. Okay, joke of the day. I want your jokes of the day. All right, you know what? In 1955, some of you know this already. In 1955, so be ready at 10 p.m. sharp tonight, the Hill Valley clock is going to be struck by lightning in 1955. So if we go back in time to 1955, when the Hill Valley clock in the main court is struck by lightning and we hook it up to our DeLorean, we can get back in time. Okay, we can get back to the future. That's what we're trying to do here, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, tonight's the night, 10 p.m. Okay, talk about a news story that's a disaster, like ridiculous. Apparently, on the coast of Oregon, and this wasn't that long ago, it was in the 70s, I think. On the coast of Oregon, a whale died and its carcass washed up on the beach. And it was this like enormous whale carcass. So, how do you get rid of it? Well, some brainiac figured out that if you blew it up, it would just like go back into the ocean and be like, what do they call it when it's like pieces of food for the fish? Not fodder, but you know what I mean, right? So some brainiac thought this thing up. So they took, wait a minute, I wrote this down because I thought a half a ton of dynamite to blow up the whale carcass. Seriously, they really did this. Except it was a delightful idea gone fabulously wrong. And that stuff went everywhere. And a big piece actually hit a car and destroyed the car completely. It was another brilliant idea gone very wrong. Sorry. Yes, so now we have the exploding whale. I know, crazy, right? Today is the birthday of a guy named DeWitt Wallace in 1889. He died in 1981. You never heard of him, right? Did you hear of him? Chum, yes, thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of. Yeah, talk about giant whale chum. Whoa. Okay, so I'm not sure what year they started it in, but apparently this guy DeWitt Wallace and his wife Lila, let's give credit where credit is due, they started Reader's Digest. Come on, everybody at some point has read something from Reader's Digest. I should get some old Reader's Digests and read the jokes in there. They had great. There were some good articles, but I'm not going to lie. I read it for, like humor in uniform and stuff like that. I read it for the jokes. Yeah. In 1936, they opened the Oakland Bay Bridge in San Francisco. Boy, if I had $1 for every time I crossed that bridge, oh, then I wouldn't have been paying tolls, would I? I crossed that bridge a whole lot of times in my life. And when they built it, it was the longest bridge in the world back then. Not anymore, not even close, but back then it was. And that bridge has seen some action. When they had the big earthquake in I want to say the 80s, the big San Francisco earthquake up there. Yeah, it collapsed. A lot of damage, a lot of death. Yeah. 89, I think, maybe it collapsed. I don't know. Do you belong to AAA, to the Auto Club? The first auto club was started in 1895 in France. I didn't realize they'd been around that long. I love the auto club. I use them for a lot of things. I get all my maps there. I go when I have to do something at the DMV, instead of going to the DMV, I go there. I pay taxes and things like that there. Yeah, they're very nice and very helpful. And oh, and my insurance, I even get my insurance there. I love AAA. Big fan. Whoa, big fan. Um, ice hockey. Ice hockey. I love ice hockey. Do you love ice hockey? Yeah. So we're getting an ice hockey team here in the desert. I forgot the name of it all of a sudden. No, not the 1906 earthquake. That go back for a minute. Not 1906. The one in the like 80s. The big one that happened in our lifetime. That's the one. Old Reader's Digest would make good backgrounds for your Scrabble pieces. The covers, maybe. Because I don't know if you'd recognize it, would you? Because they're just little, I don't know. Maybe they would. Huh. Okay. Oh, you have your insurance with them too? So we're having a conversation. I'm sorry if you're not included, but you should have been here. We're having a great time right here. All right. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back because there's so much more. So the first hockey league was formed in 1896. We're going to have one here. I've told you this before. It's going to be awesome. I'll tell you more when I know more. So far, all we have is the name, and I already forgot the name. That's how excited I was. I'm sorry. Happy birthday to Persian prophet Baha'u'llah, who was the founder of the Baha'i faith with that absolutely magnificent temple not far from where Stephen lives in the Chicago area. Happy birthday to Stan Lee. He's the guy who came up with Marvel Comics. He created the Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, and the Amazing Spider-Man. Stan Lee, big deal. Yeah. Okay, it's also the birthday, and I know I've spoken about him before. Ira Levin. Ira Levin, author. He wrote The Stepford Wives. He wrote Rosemary's Baby. He wrote The Boys from Brazil. And oddly, he also wrote the screenplay for No Time for Sergeants, which isn't anything like the other scary things he wrote. Anyway, he was BFF from childhood with my husband's uncle. They lived in New York. They grew up in New York. Unfortunately, they're both gone now. But they were BFF, and I was there. And when I was there, my aunt and uncle apologized and said, "We're so sorry, but we're not having dinner alone. Our friend Ira is coming to dinner. Maybe you've heard of him, Ira Levin." And it was like, Ira Levin? I didn't even know you know Ira Levin? Yeah, we're my best friend. He's coming for dinner. So if it's okay, we'll all have dinner together. Of course it's okay. I expected it to be like this incredibly cool dinner with this amazingly interesting man. And although he was very nice, very, very nice, wasn't all that interesting. But he wrote great, scary stuff. Come on, Stepford Wives and Rosemary's Baby. Ugh, they'll keep you up at night. He also wrote that one that Sharon Stone was in, Sliver, about the apartment building and what was going on in the murderous apartment building. Yeah, he wrote a lot of scary stuff. Eve Arden's birthday, or no, death day. She died this day. She and Ira Levin both, and Stan Lee, they all died on this day. She was our Miss Brooks. Loved her. Okay, musical interlude. Ready? Here we go. Oh my goodness. Who wrote Just Walking in the Rain? Alexa, play Just Walking in the Rain. I'm not going to play it because I don't have the rights to it. Alexa, stop. Thank you. See, now I know. It was Johnny Ray who wrote Just Walking in the Rain. Popular song, covered by tons of people, right? It was number one in 1956. But here's what's so cool about it. You know, I love the trivia. It was written by Johnny Ray, who apparently was in prison for something. I didn't read that far. But he and this other guy, two prisoners in Nashville, were walking in the rain when he thought about this song and wrote it. And apparently, when he got out of prison, he recorded it and it became a #1 hit. So sometimes even going to prison is a good thing, I guess. I don't know, but you know, I'm a firm believer that in whatever is going on in your life is exactly what needs to happen in order for the next thing to happen. And sometimes that means you have to go through some real crap in order to get to the other side. Lord knows I've had things in my life that I would not wish on anyone. But somehow the getting through them has either made me a stronger person or made me a little smarter in some way. Yeah. Okay. We won't go there right now. 1966. I love the Monkees. You know I love the Monkees because I talk about them all the time. Hey, we're the Monkees. I did not sing the song because I do not have the rights. All I'm doing is telling you the name of one of their songs. Hey, we're the Monkees. So, some people say they monkey around. Anyway, the Monkees' debut album. Now, remember, they weren't a real group. It was like some guys that were put together to do a TV show and ended up being a huge hit, right? And 1966, their debut album sold over 3 million copies in 3 months. Yeah. Would you love that to happen? I don't know. I don't know. There's some kind of joy maybe in working for it as opposed to it just like falling in your lap. Nah, there's a joy of it falling in your lap too. Take it any way you can get it, right? Okay. And finally, whoa. In 1988, the U2 album, the #1 album, was Rattle and Hum with their version of Helter Skelter. Remember the Beatles did Helter Skelter? And at the beginning of the song, what they say is Charles Manson stole Helter Skelter from the Beatles, and we're stealing it back from Charles Manson. And they ended up with a #1 hit with Helter Skelter. So is it like so weird that the day they had the #1 hit and Charles Manson's birthday are the same day? Nee, 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 nee. And you're right. No one alive will ever forget Helter Skelter. Yeah, I don't want to leave you at that. I don't want to leave you at that. So I won't. Let's talk about the word art today. Apparently, based on the messages I've already received, I reached a lot of people with this one. Today's word art says, be nice. Theirs might be a silent struggle. There's a story that my brother and I used to share at the beginning of seminars. And it was about this man and two little children get on a crowded bus. And the two little children are out of control. And the man is ignoring them. He's just sitting with his newspaper, staring at the front page of the newspaper. The kids are like crazy. They're going up and down the aisles and running and screaming and kicking people, and they're being obnoxious. And the father is just ignoring the whole thing. And finally, somebody stands up and says, will you please control your blankety blank kids? They're driving us crazy. And the man says, I'm sorry. My children and I are just coming back from the hospital. My wife, their mother, just died. So what does that teach us? It teaches us, A, that your kids still can't misbehave on the bus. You still need to make them be nice, right? But more important, you don't know what people are going through. You just don't know. Some people don't talk. And what looks like rudeness might be sadness underneath that. What looks like unconcern might be lost in thought about something totally unrelated. Maybe they're in pain. Maybe it's physical. Maybe it's mental. We don't know what other people are going through. We have no way of knowing unless they tell us. And frequently, it's silent pain. So just be nice to everyone because you never know whose life you're going to change just by being nice that one time. Yes, thank you. Yeah. We never know what someone else is dealing with. You don't. And there's so many people who have silent diseases, and you don't know who's had a bad day. Just assume that you know nothing and face each world and each day and each person with kindness. And believe me, it's going to make a huge difference somewhere. Whew. Okay. Silent struggle or not, it is Friday. Yesterday seemed like Friday to me because Indy had a doctor's appointment, so he didn't have any patients in the afternoon, and he was around. So I thought it was Friday yesterday, but it's not. I mean, it wasn't. Today's Friday, and I gotta go because I have a ball machine as soon as I get there. I'm gonna go try and work out a little bit this morning, just like a half an hour or so, just to get a little going. And no, they did not stop. They did not start digging our swimming pool yet. We're waiting another week. They have an appointment on Wednesday, I think, of next week or something like that. I don't know. I think they're playing with us. I think they're just taking our money and going to Vegas and then pretending that they're going to build us a pool. I don't know. I'm getting frustrated. All right, my friends. It's Throwback Thursday. Don't forget to send me your jokes and cut the hair. Don't cut the hair. I don't know. I really liked it this morning. It was like nice. Anyway, I love you. Yeah. And remember, I love you no matter what. Yeah, no matter what. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.